The number of studies related to human nutrition is staggering. The officially recommended dietary plan has obviously been studied extensively. So have alternative diets. Obviously, the authors of the official dietary guidelines are convinced of the superiority of their recommendations. On the other end of the spectrum of healthy eating advice, though, is the ketogenic diet. The keto diet, according to some studies, is superior to the officially recommended one. These are some of the research-based ketogenic diet supporters' claims. It is an effective way to lose weight and lower risk factors for disease. It is far superior to the often recommended low-fat diet, and so on and so on. The complete list of the claims is long. However, low-fat diet supporters make similar claims. All those claims are made by experts and are based on scientific studies. Now, as we know, there are many more diets promoted by experts which make similar superiority claims. For example, vegetarian, carnivore, paleo, and Atkins, just to name a few. This is the big question. If any of these alternative diets is really superior to the officially recommended one, why do our official recommendations stay the same? Why does research seem to support the ketogenic diet, but real life doesn't? For example, why do Japanese people eating close to their official recommendations live much longer than Inuit people who are eating pretty much according to the ketogenic diet? To support this claim, here is a headline from an expert supporting a high-carbohydrate, low-fat diet. Eskimo low-carb diet is deadly. The range of opinions from superior to deadly is pretty disturbing. Those conflicting expert opinions create tremendous confusion among the public. Remember that the experts present credible success stories. A person on diet X, which is opposite to diet Y, lost so many pounds. All the more important health markers improved, cholesterol, blood sugar, etc. That definitely would be impressive if we didn't hear also that a person on diet Y, which is opposed to diet X, also improved significantly. So perhaps there is no one diet that suits us all. On the face of it, the no one diet hypothesis makes sense. Let's look at it closely. Everybody evolved to eat specific foods in exact proportions. Just reading this sentence aloud makes you realize that this theory doesn't make sense. The obvious reason why it doesn't is that before our modern food production techniques, it was impossible to choose specific foods. Our nomadic ancestors had to eat foods that were more or less all over the place as far as their macronutrient ratios were concerned. You know, the seasons changed, foraging areas change. You can't always have a successful hunt or gather exactly the plants that you're looking for. Therefore, specific foods or macronutrient ratios don't make much sense when looking at the way we've evolved to eat. And our evolutionary adaptation is the key to solving the puzzle of our optimal nutrition. Curiously enough, the approach to justify a particular diet as optimal by pointing to it as an ancestral diet is often quite naive. This is because it goes back to guessing exactly what our ancestors were eating. Vegetarians claim that they were eating plants, while carnivore diet proponents say it was exclusively meat. Paleo enthusiasts propose a mixed diet, excluding particular modern foods. In the juxtaposition of those three diets, carnivore, vegetarian, and paleo, the paleo diet makes the most sense, since it's the least exclusive. However, it doesn't make sense from a practical point of view, as the foods available to our ancestors can't be recreated. Another problem is that any of the diets supposedly emulated our ancestral diet don't seem to offer an overwhelming health advantage. Despite the failures of these simply interpreted ancestral diets, looking closer at our evolutionary adaptation makes the most sense. As a matter of fact, it's the only way to get our optimal diet. To establish the framework of our optimal diet, we need to consider all its aspects. However, here is the problem. Most experts focus so much on what we should eat that they ignore how we should be eating. Maybe the optimal diet is a combination of these two factors. When you ignore the how and overthink the what you end up with exactly the issues we see today. Dietary chaos with no clear winner in sight. The whole argument for how to get to the optimal diet is presented in the book, The Food Bondage, Making a Case for the Human Diet by Gregory Stipko, available on Amazon.